Today, I express my own personal beliefs. Some random dude compliments my car, and I suddenly realize how low the Countach sits compared to normal cars. I mean, seriously, look how low this thing is. All this and more on... What's up? Hello, my name is Imari 16-bit Emre, and I am the owner of a Lamborghini Countach one-of-a-kind replica. On this channel, we're going to be doing some exciting things. We're going to be checking out other legendary exotic cars, doing a side-by-side comparison between my car and other cars, going on miscellaneous adventures, doing all sorts of cool stuff. Because on this channel, it's all about the uniqueness and all about the stuff that's one of a kind, unique, something that you normally wouldn't see. This is a man who rambles in his Lambo. Let's get started. Hello yet again. My name is Mari 16-bit Emre, and I am a man who rambles in his Lambo. This is a little channel I decided to create just to show how it's like to be a Countach owner and just a little bit of my life. I'm going to do some rambling while I drive around in my Lambo. Please check out my channel on YouTube. It can be found under either Veon Prism Media or Imari Stevenson. Like I said, it's pretty much me just cruising around in my Countach. It's a replica, just to let you know. It's a one-of-a-kind type of replica, furthermore. And I'm just going around, just rambling about just random things. Just saying random things. So, it's a man in his lamb. So, that's the channel. And yeah, so this will be vlog number 4. So today's entry is random things. So let's hop on in and get ready. Earlier a few minutes ago I just heard this huge pop sound from the Countach. It almost sounded like the exhaust pipe went out, but I think it just was fired up real hard or something like that. So I was kind of concerned about that, but it's not that bad of a deal. It's an older car, it's a Countach, it's gonna naturally do stuff like that, so no problem, So let's get started in a few minutes. Put you guys here. This is where you're gonna be sitting most of the time. Well, actually you're not, because you're not in my car, so that's kind of obvious. So yeah, this is a one-of-a-kind Countach replica. Some people call it a fake Lamborghini, but it is what it is. It's a fun driver car, easy to live with, easy to drive, and it's a real fun car to drive day to day. So yeah, let's get started. A man who rambles in a Lambo. Alright, let's see. We got our new speedometer. It's a GPS speedometer, quite accurate. And I think it's time for us to go get some gas, because it's like 65. So 64. So that means we got some good gas. So we gotta go gas it up. So yeah. Now, the challenge of driving a Lamborghini Countach is really because it's the way it's shaped, It's a fun car though. Super fun. So, first I'd like to say, today is April 1st. For some people, this is Easter. So, happy Easter to all. And hallelujah, he has risen from a spiritual standpoint. And that's the thing I want to cover today. So, I'm not a religious person, but I like to consider myself a strong in the spirit person. So, I always wonder to myself, what is the difference between being spiritual but religious? Frankly, I think the difference between spiritual is you know God and you have a great relationship with God. Sure. But spiritual means... No, I'm sorry. Religious means it's all about tradition. Tradition this, tradition that. You go to church, you do all this, you sing the same song, all that stuff. I mean, that's not a problem,
person. I'm just the type of person who is a spiritual person. I know the Trinity. God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. First off, God created us. We didn't create Him. You know, it's not like the Greek gods or the pagan gods that, well, if people cease to believe in them, they cease to exist because they're made up. So it's not like God's like saying, I need you to believe in me. If you don't, I feel like I'm gonna lose, okay? So quit effing around and believe in me. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So as I said before, I'm a spiritual person, but not to say am I a constant church-going Christian. Not really. And those who are, those who are church-going Christians, to that I say to you, great, that's good. Keep up the tradition. I mean, if it makes you feel good, it makes you feel closer to God, that's wonderful. But to say that everybody else is the same way, not really. And I just like to drop that little piece of life on me, you know, piece of life. Okay, I just like to drop my personal view of that on you guys. That's just my own personal view. Feel free to write in the comments of how you feel about religion and spirituality and stuff like that. So, yeah. Countach. So, next subject. So how's it like to own a Countach replica? It's fun. It's fun. Is it as good as a Lamborghini built one? I don't know. You know, honestly, I went to Asheville. No, not Asheville. I went to Lamborghini Greensburg and Lamborghini Carolina, and I did see a 1988 Countach that looks identical to mine. It looks perfectly identical. So, how much better of a car is it in comparison to a replica? The reality is, not that much different, you know? Is it more expensive? Yes. Does it look prettier? No. Is it wider than the one I got currently? Only by inches, and the reality is, we gotta remember, the Countach really is a very short car. It's a medium-long car, and it's a medium-wide car. You know, it's not a huge car, but it's not tiny either. The Countach is what it is, you know? And that's what makes it such a cool car, you know? So, is a replica just as good? It is. It really is. So, that's the thing I'm just saying, you know? And I've owned this Countach, or Countach, depends how you pronounce it, for 10 years straight. And I've grown to love this car. And another thing is, it's a redesigned replica, so it's a 101 because I put a lot of personal redesign features on my car. Because let's face facts, if it's not gonna be a Lamborghini built Lamborghini, you might as well have fun with it, you know? Because you're not fooling nobody, and you're not trying to say, look at me, I got money, I got a Lamborghini. I'm such a cool guy. No. Just no. You know, if you look under the engine, it's not a majestic V12. It is an engine like a V6, which, by the way, V6s are quite nasty, especially on the acceleration. And let's face facts, would you much rather have a modern V6 or an old V12 that, let's face facts, it's an old V12. It shows you how narrow the Countach is inside. It's interior-wise, it's a very comfy car, but it's not like really small. It's a weird combination between medium wide and yet kind of big. You know, it's snug. You know, that's the best way to put it. It's a snug riding car. It's a surprisingly good for long distance. Though I never really driven a Countach long distance, but it can be that way, you know? Which is nifty, in my opinion. Alright, we're gonna get some gas. The Countach is hungry. He's hungry. I'm hungry too. I'm not starving though. I'm actually pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, I'm actually pretty good, to be honest. Huh. Okay, cool. But it's always good to eat. So, anybody who's watching this, I hope you're eating something and you're well fed and everything's going well for you. And just out of curiosity, how's everybody doing? Not that you guys answer me, but I hope everybody who's watching this video is doing well. I hope life is treating you good, you know? Here we are at the gas station. This is the Countach, and here's how it looks like at the gas station. As the majestic beast goes to get his full today. And, something, and just, you know, something. In case people are wondering what I do for a living, I am an independent filmmaker and a multimedia artist. I do independent films. In addition to that, I also, I'm trying to design an app called MyZentomo, which is sort of like a Cortana Siri. Pretty much you can talk to the app and it talks back to you, and it gives you a sense of companionship. If you've ever seen the movie Her, that's a general good idea about what my app can do. So it's pretty much one of those simplistic things I do. You can find that one amazing movie on Amazon and Amazon Prime, and we will actually be at Animazement next month, May 24th, and our table will be 108. Ain't that great? So yeah. So back to the Countach. So yeah, we're about to gas him up. So open the can right here. Nice day. Nice day. So we're gonna do something cool. I'm gonna put you on top of the Countach and show you how it gets gas up. Yep, Countach, one of a kind. 1988.5. Yep. Thanks, appreciate it. All right, so we're all gassed up. Time to bring the door down. So when driving a Countach, after you gas up, it's always good to kind of put your foot on the accelerator and let the car gas itself out for a little bit, you know? So yeah. So then, let's see what else I want to discuss. Movies. So recently I just watched Ready Player One, and honestly, it's a good movie. Is it a super great movie? Yes, if you're a VR fanboy and love virtual reality. No, if it's just a standard movie, you know? It's a movie about your standard guy gets a girl, the bad guys get defeated. It's a nerd geek movie that everybody can like, you know? Ready Player One is a good movie. But as I said before, is it a great, top-notch movie? I don't know. I am a personal VR fan myself. I love virtual reality, and I love the concept of VR. You know, I have two VR headsets, and a third one, which I created for the movie, which is called the Hypermental Homeboy, which is a makeshift VR headset. So yeah. So the thing about modern day movies are please. Bring it down for a little bit. Okay, cool. So the thing about movies nowadays is they just feel, you know, maybe movies nowadays focus too much on flamboyance and special effects. I understand that most movies are designed for kids. Kids like that. Kids are excited about special effects. But Ready Player One, it does after a while feel like a typical movie you would see made by Hollywood, which it is. I mean, it has a storyline, sure, especially with the James Holiday and especially with Wade and all that stuff. They do seem very cool, but the rest of the movie, it does feel kind of flat. And even with all the appearances of the various different characters, it does feel too much like it's trying too much to play on a nostalgic factor, which works, but for the first 5 minutes. But after that first 5 minutes, it just, you want to see a movie that has substance, you know? And sometimes that's what Ready Player One kind of falls short. Alrighty, next subject. Why did I create this A Man Rambles in His Lambo? Because, you see, I'm a type of guy who has to be creative. I'm an autistic person, and if I'm not being creative, I'm not really 100%, for better choice of words, stable psychologically. I mean, I'm not saying I have problems or I have mental health issues. It's just that if I'm not being creative and keeping my mind busy, I get depressed easily, or sometimes I get anxious. And when I have anxious, my health gets kind of thrown off, and I have tendencies to have occasional dizzy spells here and there. And the reason why I'm telling this about myself is because I am to the point where I don't feel like I need to hide myself from anybody anymore. Now, with that said, here's a tad bit of an irony. You won't see me actually doing much on screen. You won't see me talk, well, you're hearing me talking a lot off screen, but you're not going to see my face that often. And the reason why I'm doing this is I believe that A, it makes me look like I'm too egoistic, and then B, there really is very little reasons to even show yourself, you know? I don't want to be like an egoistic YouTuber who is trying to be a celebrity or anything like that. I'm a guy who's just telling you about himself, what's in his head, and showing off how it's like to own a Lamborghini Countach replica. Because you see so many of these videos about guys owning the Lamborghini built ones, modern Lamborghinis, like Huracans. Oh God, the Huracans on YouTube. And the Gallardos, you know, they're pretty much the idol YouTube Lambos. But frankly, I'm not doing that, you know? I want to do something that's like saying, well, that's different, because it is. So what we're going to be doing here on this channel is random stuff while talking about random stuff. Like, we may drive the Countach through the ghetto. Yeah, it sounds like a bad idea, but yeah, it's different. Or I may show you a little 0 to 60 acceleration times, because I already put it up there once before, but the thing is, I never had to, my speedometer working properly, so the speedometer wasn't working properly, so I never really got to show you how well it could really do. So yeah, so we'll be doing stuff like that, talking about just minor life issues, positive, and some of them are kind of negative, you know. It's just a person just getting his thoughts out, you know. Now, am I trying to do this to promote my studio, Veon Prism Media? No. Am I doing this to promote myself as an individual? No. You can say it's sort of a breaking out, you know. Just want to do something different. And since I'm using this new 4K camcorder, might as well put a good use, you know. So if there's any questions you have about the Countach, myself, or just generally basic inquiries, just let me know in the comments section down below. Oh, that rhymes. Let me know in the comments below. Oh, that's nice. Cool. So yeah, like I said, I'm a man who's in a Lambo who just rambling in a Lambo. This is good. This is good. This is good. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, cool. So, like I said, even though it's a replica, this has some good acceleration, you know. One day upgrade the exhaust pipe, because the exhaust pipe it's having some minute issues, nothing major, but you know, some minor issues here and there. So yeah, supercharged V6. Currently, it just has a standard 2.8 liter V6 coming from a Fiero GT, which is not terrible, especially in straight lines, but it could be a lot stronger, you know? So I'm thinking about that. It's not confirmed, however. It's just, rhyming is busy today. It's just an idea I'm thinking about right now. Alright, this is kind of tight parking. Okay, so this is sort of tight parking right here, as you can see. So I gotta let you guys off for 1 minute. See ya. So, what are the things about owning a Countach that's challenging in comparison to owning a regular exotic car? Well, it's an exotic. And being an exotic, there's a lot of standards you gotta live up to, and it has some drawbacks. And its major drawback is the reality of itself in itself, you know? The reality of owning a car in the quote-unquote real world. And that means you gotta deal with traffic. You gotta deal with a whole bunch of other things. As a car, I cannot say too many things bad about the Countach. It's not like the 5 things I hate about my Lamborghini Countach, because 1, everybody does that. B, I really don't hate it. C, its problems are actually more doable than they're not doable. And D, a lot of its problems have to do with just the reality of owning a car of this magnitude. I mean, it is what it is, and it's an exotic supercar. A rare exotic supercar that's a replica of an old school supercar that's been around since 1970s. Even though mine's an 88.8 one-of-a-kind custom replica, it still has its challenges. I mean, as you can see right here, pretty obvious, it's a low car. And when I say low, it's not low. I mean, it's tiny. In comparison to this truck, Countach. Truck, Countach, car. Countach, truck, car. And as fun as this is, it's hard to actually, believe it or not, it's hard for people to actually see you because you're so low to the ground when riding around in one of these cars. But is it such a problem that you can't live with? Nah. Not really. Like, all the things like I hate about the Countach are all problems that you can live with. You know, the biggest problem you always deal with is people ask you, is it the real deal? No. I have no intention to make it the real deal. I have no intention to imitate the real deal. It is what it is. It's a one-of-a-kind custom replica. And now, some people know what it is, while some people ask the basic question, what kind of car is it? And those are innocent questions, which is great. The ones who really give you a hard time are the fanboys who really love this car, and they think a replica is sacrilegious. It is if you have the emblem, which I don't. So, yeah. Well, whatever the case is, I think this will be where we're gonna wrap up our vlog with a man rambling in his Lamb, except this time I'm not in the Lamb, I'm actually standing in front of it, but you get the general guess. So, my name is Amari 16-bit Emery. It's been a pleasure talking to you today, and this is the 4th entry, so yeah, I'm out here. See ya.